HMS Vigilant, one of the UK's 4 Vanguard nuclear submarines. At the moment she is in port at Faslane in Scotland and heavily guarded. The crew are getting ready to go back to sea. When they do, they will disappear for 3 months. Their location will only be known by a handful of people. The nuclear deterrent is one of the most secretive parts of British life.
Where will you go?
We can operate anywhere.
Can you tell me where you're going to go, though?
No.
Where you typically go?
Where I typically go, I leave Faslane.
What might you do when you're under the sea?
We do operations in support of the deterrent.
HMS Vigilant carries the Trident ballistic missile, the nuclear weapon, the ultimate insurance policy.
This is the missile compartment right in the centre of the submarine. The missiles are stored in 16 tubes either side here, vertically, so they can be fired out of the top of a submarine. And each missile can carry a maximum of 12 nuclear warheads on it.
On board, they regularly train for the worst-case scenario. Everybody involved in the firing chain takes part, including the Prime Minister. The order would come from him and him only. If it did, Lieutenant Commander Woods is the man who would ultimately fire the weapon.
The UK strategic deterrent, is in operation every day. Actually pulling the trigger means the deterrent has failed. It's a last resort.
Is it a burden or an honour to be the man who has that role?
I would consider it an honour. The trust that is placed, and it isn't just me, it's every single person on board to actually conduct this mission, as we have done for 47 years now.
The Vanguard submarines come to the end of their life in 2028. To retain a constant at-sea deterrent, 4 new replacement submarines must be built. A vote on that will be held in Parliament soon, possibly in a matter of weeks. And so the Defence Secretary visited HMS Vigilant to make the case.
This is a much more dangerous and less predictable world than when the deterrent first sailed in the 1960s. We can't be sure what adversaries may be out there in the 2030s, the 2040s, the 2050s. We know North Korea exploded a nuclear weapon just 2 weeks ago. But we need to plan ahead and be sure this country is properly protected in 20, 30, 40 years' time.
Right, sir. Submarines for Tunis periscope depth, silent routine, final reports.
Britain is only one of 3 NATO members to have a nuclear deterrent. It will cost at least £31 billion to renew it, probably much more. Just one reason why it is a controversial decision.
We estimate that there are 17,000 nuclear weapons in the world today, and they represent an extreme threat to the UK, and extreme threat if they were to be used, and the protection against those threats can only be countered by the use of a submarine on patrol.
Vigilant will set sail sometime in the next few months to take over other nuclear submarines, which is on patrol under the sea somewhere in the world right now. Alistair Bunkle, Sky News, Faslane.